Streaming services started off so promising. Having access to a large library of movies and shows at any given time from the comfort of our homes is surely better than going to Blockbuster and renting movies, right? Well, what happens when movies and shows are exclusive to certain streaming services, and eventually the price you're paying for all of them are coming out to be more than cable? On top of that, these streaming services are able to take away our favorite content at any given time, and choose to never release certain content for tax write-off purposes. Let's get into it. For starters, I'm not against streaming services. I happen to own almost all of them and enjoy almost all of them. What if having access to a lot of content isn't everything? Netflix back in the day started off as a DVD mailing service with the $18 monthly plan that came with access to 18 hours of streaming. Can you imagine being limited to only 18 hours of streaming? That would last us about 2 days max nowadays. When streaming started to become more normal, their basic plan shifted to $8 a month, which is pretty good. That's like a cup of coffee at Starbucks. But over time, with the economy and corporate greed, prices started to rise. In 2023, the basic plan stands firmly at $11.99 a month, for the time being. So you take the total amount of all the streaming services, and the price starts becoming the same or maybe more than cable. The freedom of choice is really becoming expensive. Okay, fine. Let's say the price isn't the problem. For the price we pay, we surely only get the best quality of content, right? Currently on Disney Plus, there's about 500 films, 15,000 episodes, and 80 originals. Hulu has about 1,200 movies and 1,300 TV shows. Netflix has 6,621 pieces of content in total. Out of all these pieces of content, how many are actually worth watching? If I had to take a guess, out of each streaming service available, I would say about 100 pieces of content from each streaming service is worth watching. An emphasis on quality over quantity should be a priority for these streaming services. There's been multiple instances of shows that people enjoy that end up getting canceled after 1 or 2 seasons. It's also starting to seem that multiple streaming services contain the same movies. So what are we really paying for? Okay, so prices are rising for streaming services. 1 out of 4 shows are good. But are the writers and actors at least getting paid fairly? Last year, after a 5-month strike, the Writers Guild of America and Hollywood studios came to an agreement. Shortly after, SAG-AFTRA and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers came into agreement as well. It's crazy to think that all this time we've been streaming amazing shows and movies, all while behind the scenes, writers and actors were struggling to get paid. Last year, Warner Brothers was set to release Coyote vs. Acme, a film based around the iconic Looney Tunes character alongside John Cena. But before the July release date, the film was pulled from the release schedule, and Warner Brothers decided not to release it, preferring to claim a tax loss of about $30 million instead. This drew criticism from not only fans, but filmmakers and animation outlets. Director Dave Green expressed his frustrations by saying he did everything that was asked of him. He tested the right scores, delivered the film on time, and even moved to London for 18 months to save the studio money on post-production costs. All this for the film to be shelved. Well, not entirely shelved. Due to the amount of criticism and support, Warner Brothers has allowed him to shop the movie to buyers, and currently it seems Amazon is interested in it, as reported from The Hollywood Reporter. Hopefully this film sees the light of day. The fact that people pour their heart and soul into creating these projects just to have them locked behind a vault forever should be a crime. Maybe one day we'll get a chance to see Batgirl as well. The fact that the streaming companies can omit certain pieces of content and censor certain episodes at any given time is alarming. Physical media is more important than ever. Best Buy will no longer carry physical media in 2024. It's going to be very difficult owning your favorite content. The days of walking in and being able to browse through all the different kinds of movies is coming to a sad ending. There's rumors circulating that Blockbuster might make a comeback in some way, due to their website being updated last year to display a cryptic message. Let's say Blockbuster does come back. Would it be enough for physical media to survive? Honestly, probably not. Supporting local physical media stores would be the best way to keep the culture alive. Albeit the prices are going to be somewhat high, but unfortunately, this is the future we're headed towards. The future of streaming is going to be really interesting. Hopefully more streaming services do a better job with the quality of content. Is TV, cable, and on-demand the most consistent option? We'll see what the future holds. Whatever you do, don't get rid of any physical media you own. They're starting to become really valuable. If you enjoy film and animated content, I have a few videos that you might enjoy. Links will be in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching.